Alright, so let's do a little sorting video. We got some music here. We could turn on the playlist. I think the volume was high enough. There should be sound, hopefully. Just have to get to it. So we're going to clean up the place, I think. What is it? Oh, 6. There you go. Hopefully there is music. And anyways, while we put up to 6, there would be music. So I think we're sorting the place today. We're going to do a, should we keep it or should we throw it away? Or should we try to sell it? So we're gonna go through these boxes here first, because maybe there's some cool things people want to look at, like this bag here, right? The Super Mario's Blockbuster bag that came from the video update just down the street, probably. The original bags, they rented Nintendo 64s and Super Nintendos in. So we're gonna go through here. These bags, the Nintendo 64 bag, used for holding a Nintendo 64 controller, and then probably some Nintendo 64 games. So if you're going to your friend's house, you could bring all your games. Yeah, there's like 2. Oh, and then there's another pocket here too. Maybe this is for your memory card or something. Maybe that would fit in there. I don't think there is anything in there. Cool, so there's a whole bunch of pockets, and then there's another zipper here too, so there's even more pockets. What are they? So on each of these zipper sides there's more pockets, maybe for memory cards or for more games or something. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize there were so many zippers on these things, because you don't have time to look at these things when you're trying to run a store. You just get them all traded in, and then you're like, wow, that's cool, let's throw it in the back so nobody will buy it. So we'll keep everything. We'll keep the Nintendo 64 bag. And then these Turtle Beach things, we're looking and reading a little bit about it. It says it upgrades your surround sound to Dolby surround sound. So for your Turtle Beach headsets, when you're playing your video games, it'll give you surround sound for your headset, so you can tell exactly which direction everything is coming. Engineered for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, also works with the home theater, digital music players, PC. So maybe it even works with the Xbox One and the PS4. So maybe that being the sell box. So we'll just make a box here with things to try to sell. And then these bags, right? They're just DS bags. Usually have a DS. You can store your DS games. Store a DS charger in this one. So a bunch of DS bags, probably try to sell. Game Boy Advance bag. So you could put your Game Boy Advance bag in there and then carry this on your bag. Probably try to sell. We just don't have room for these, right? You think all these bags, they're cool and everything. You collect them. There's so many different bags, and they'll help you carry your video game systems. But then eventually they just take up boxes and boxes of space. You'll see how quickly everything will add up pretty soon. Well, you can see the basement down here. You can see we have a bunch of little things, and they all add up to something. So we could search inside. Pretty sure all those are empty. So the cell box is getting pretty full already. You could see this stuff. We don't actually need all these cases, but they are taking up a whole box of space basically. And then we're looking at this Sims 2 PC game. So I think we have a box and we have a whole bunch of PC games. I think we sold a bunch of PC games before we closed, and then we probably threw out a bunch of PC games we didn't really want because we were already so hard up on space. So I think the PC games, there's absolutely no use for the Sims games. So I'll be keeping like the role-playing games, the RPGs and stuff. So empty cases. I sold most of my empty cases. I don't think we need empty cases. I think we have a bunch of empty cases, so we can just throw out empty cases. We have tons of empty cases. Jam pack for the PlayStation Underground. So we were collecting jam packs for the video game systems. And then the card things. We should probably put the card thing with the cards or something. And we're already looking how to put the alarm system inside the alarm box, right? Because we have the sensors there in the alarm system. And then I'm not sure where the other piece is, but if we throw it all into the box, since we have the box anyways, that'll clear up some more space. So then down here there was this alarm system, PIR motion alarms. We opened it, we tried it for the store. We didn't really like it at all. just because you have to walk up to it and then you have to enter the passcode to disable it. So every single time you enter the store, you'd have to run up to the thing and enter the passcode. So we got a better alarm system. So we got a key. So we just press the button on the key, and then the alarm system is disarmed. So that's a lot better. We don't have to run up to it and disarm it. So we don't need that thing. And probably these Super Nintendo third-party controllers, we should probably try to sell them. We have a whole bunch of Super Nintendo controllers. Probably the cables too. So this would be a power dock for a phone or something. I don't think we ever use it for anything. Or it's a storage system? Power. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I do have a phone. Yes, we're recording on the phone. So maybe I'll see what this does. I'm not sure what it is. We'll find that out. We'll put it in the keep this stuff in that box. That thing we'll probably keep for now. And then Game Boy Advance power cables. We have so many cables in the room. And this is just more stuff for the alarm system, so we could throw this into the alarm system. That would save that space. And then we just have a Las Vegas, a huge boxed PC games. So we have a whole bunch of these because people bring in boxed PC games all the time, and then yeah, you just eventually collect them up. I have no idea. What do we do with all the boxed PC games? Because eventually, if we stack all the PC games together, we'll see how they add up. The Sims 2 wasn't anything amazing. Then Crisis Core, Final Fantasy, so we should keep that for ourselves, probably. And then a HDMI connector for the back of the computer, we need those. And we got another cable to connect the PlayStation 3 up to the system, or some kind of similar thing. We'll keep that. And then I'll put another bag here, so what does it do? Probably for holding a DS system. DS or a 3DS could fit in here. So if we can't sell these things, we have to throw them away, because I think I don't want to sit here for months and years trying to sell all these things. And plug-in cables. Maybe actually we could sell these. We have a whole bunch of them. I think they're pretty expensive at the store. Let's see if they work. We could clean that one up, and then we could see if we could someone buy them maybe for $5 or something. Maybe $4. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We could put those in the card pile, because eventually we're going to go through a whole bunch of cards. And we got a wrench. Something for wire cutters, so we could cut wires. So that's really good. We could probably save that. We could put it in the tools section, or the cord section. Eventually we're going to have way too many cords. We're going to have to get rid of the cords. And some more Game Boy, because we picked up a whole bunch of Game Boy link cables and Game Boy Advance link cables, so people could connect their systems together. So people do buy them, but we bought more than we could sell. So maybe we could post those. So we'll just post a big post with a bunch of accessories. We'll be like, we have Super Nintendo controllers, we have link cables, we have original Nintendo hookup cables, so the Sega Saturn controllers. So we need to find everything for the Sega Saturn and hook up the Sega Saturn, see if the Sega Saturn works. I think we did pick up a TV cable for it, so we should have everything, so we could see if the Sega Saturn works, because it did work when we bought it, but we've had it for quite a while. We probably had it for like 4 or 5 years or something, so we just kept it. And more disc-based games. And boxed games. Crash Bandicoot. Do we need boxed games? Maybe we should keep a few boxed games, just because we don't really have too many. Let's close it up. There we go. So we could keep that game, I guess. We'll keep it. We're not going to throw it in the box, because that'll destroy the box. We'll just throw this. Well, it's going to fall. It's going to get destroyed. And then if we hit it, it's going to get destroyed. But anyways, we got a Game Boy Advance, a boxed game. And then Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Game Boy Advance. So another boxed game. So we'll probably keep these ones just so we could read the art. And because we kept a bunch of the PlayStation 2 games, right? And PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. We didn't really keep too much of the older stuff. We got the Kingdom Hearts on the Game Boy Advance, Chain of Memories. So I think they re-released it on the PlayStation 3, so this game's probably not worth anything. Yeah, they did remaster it and re-released it on the PS3 on that collection, so probably only worth like $1 or something. So instead of selling it for $1, we're going to keep it. Or instead of throwing it out, we're going to keep it. We'll keep some collection pieces. And then here, there's just more GameCube memory card. Alright, so we have a GameCube memory card. And we have some Ultra Pro card sleeves. So we go through boxes here. Maybe we'll make the episodes like 20 minutes long or something. So a repair patch kit for repairing what? Oh, seam. I thought it said scam. I thought it said this vinyl cement is for repairing scam only, but it says seam only. So it's for repairing something. I'm not too sure. Usually we should throw that out. We have no use for it. We'll just throw it there in the maybe pile that we throw out at some point. And then this the Mario Kart that we got from somebody from eBay. We made an order on eBay and ordered a whole bunch of video games. And then they sent us the Mario Kart. So it's pretty cool, actually. So this is definitely a keep. We got it from eBay. So I'm not sure if there's any markings or anything. If you guys know where this Mario Kart is from, let me know. We got it from eBay for free. It was sent to us for free, so there's no reason to sell it, right? Exactly. So we could put it to the collection pile. So we could just have a bunch of items here that we add to our own personal collection that we don't want to get rid of too. We don't want to throw those in the box that might get destroyed. And we could try to sell these too, I guess. So now this box is empty. It's just a light bulb we're not going to use anything for. So that's probably garbage too. I think we have more than enough light bulb. And then we have one match. So I don't think we need a match in the box. Nope. That could go in the garbage. Then we could empty this on the ground. Eventually there's going to be a big pile of dust down here. Well, we should be emptying it into the garbage can, Tyrell. Empty it into the garbage can. That's alright. We can vacuum later. But now this box is empty. So now let's work on this box here. So this bicycle helmet, we bought it with my bicycle. Because I thought I was going to go to the skate park and try some crazy stunts like I always do. But we never actually did. So I'm not sure if we need to keep it. It takes up so much space, right? Because you think some little things. But I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll keep it for now. Maybe we could go do some crazy stunts on the BMX and try to kill ourselves. And then we'll have a helmet to protect ourselves. Then we'll have to pick up arm pads and shoulder pads and everything to make sure we don't die. And then a hat. So we bought this hat a while ago. I don't know if we ever wore it. Maybe we could wear this hat for something. Actually, yeah, because it's a pretty interesting hat. So we're going to do some Pokemon YouTube video thing. And then everyone's like, okay, let's do this. And then nothing happened. This is supposed to be Professor Oak's hat. So someone was supposed to play Professor Oak. And he was supposed to put on this hat. And they're supposed to do a big Pokemon thing for Pokemon Go. But nobody likes YouTube. No, don't throw that in the sell pile. So we could keep that because we have memories of it. And we could maybe use it for something. Yeah, it costs like $10. So... And the Frogger made in China. So we kept this thing because it fell off of the back. Originally it went onto the back, but then the glue came undone. So we could if it works, maybe the batteries are dead, so we have to replace the batteries. So we can maybe look at this thing later, see if it works or something. Yeah, maybe we could keep this for now. So we don't want to throw this in the box. So we don't have room for anything as Wii Fits. We could probably throw all these in the garbage or something. We tried to sell them. Nobody wants Wii Fit games. And Happy Holidays from Troll and Toads. We bought this when we were buying a whole bunch of things from Troll and Toad. So it does take up a lot of space, but we could use it for the cards. If we are making decks, we could just use that card box and consider that we already had that card box then. And then a quad 4-port hub for the Xbox One, 4 USB 3.0 ports, charge 4 controllers. So instead of there being 2 control ports, it expands it to 4 controller ports. So we don't have an Xbox One. I don't think we'll ever have an Xbox One. We could maybe try to sell it. Maybe somebody else could use it or something. Not sure how much they sell for, but we could put it in the accessories bundle when we have tons of things to sell. We should want to keep one of these cables for ourselves, right? We always want to keep one copy of everything. try to keep one copy. And then garbage bags. These garbage bags we always use in this cardboard box. We could recycle the cardboard box. So that box would be like the garbage and the recycle box that we have to go through. Then we have some more garbage bags. So this is the Halo 3 one. So the original Xbox hard drives. So usually there's absolutely no use for them, right? But this is the Halo 3 one, so it does serve a purpose. It is different. We have a whole box of these. I think right in here we threw them in. We have like over 10 of these probably. So I have no idea what we're gonna do with them. We could actually try to sell them in the accessories box or something. But we should keep this one. So we'll throw that one in the keep box because it's the Halo one. And then the Crash Bandicoot CDs. Is there any reason to keep empty CDs cases anymore? I don't even know. Not so many of them. It's just the back guard piece. That's pretty much it. If there's no game, unless we have a loose game, we probably do have a loose game. Crash Bandicoot worked. So we're gonna have to go through our disc-based games. So I guess we should just put all of our disc-based games together, and then we'll go through and collect them all together. It's the mini AV2 HDMI. So we tried to get this for video games, but apparently it doesn't work for the video games. Apparently it's supposed to bring your PlayStation 2 games up to HDMI quality upscaler 1080. But it always showed a black screen when I tried to use it. And then I tried to get someone else to use it and they said the same problem, so it probably doesn't work. Because we tried to look at our reviews, and some of the reviews said it only works for VCRs and other things like that. It's not made for video games. So because we cheaped out, we didn't want to buy the expensive $120 one. We got the cheap $40 one. So then we got a Hot Wheels car. So there's all kinds of random things in these boxes that we kept. So we should keep the Hot Wheels car. We'll add it to the collection with the Mario Kart car. Perfect. And we got a fake video game. So you can tell it's fake because of how the label looks, right? Oh no, maybe that's real. No, that is a real video game. Alright, you could easily tell it's a real video game. It's just missing the label. I wonder what video game it is then. What? Why is that missing the label? Is this one real? This video game is real. These should be fake video games. Doesn't make any sense because that's how you tell, right? Everything looks like a real video game, so I'm not sure. Maybe those are actual real video games. This Pokemon should be fake. Game Boy Advance. Yes, you could clearly tell that one is fake by the way the Game Boy Advance shows Game Boy Advance name. Yes. So we know that's fake. The Metroid Mission Hunter. So that game is real. 100% real. Okay, I was just checking them. Yeah, they are real. That's the only fake one. This Pokemon Fire Red should be a fake game. Yeah, you could clearly tell the Game Boy Advance looks a lot different. So that one's a fake Pokemon game. So we got fake Pokemon games because people bring them in sometimes, and then when we were first doing this at the flea market like 7 or 8 years ago, we didn't know anything about fake games. So we actually bought them from people for like $10 when they came in. And then later we found out they were fake. So then later at the store we knew how to tell if they were fake. So now we don't have that problem. We tell people they're fake and they're like, oh geez, sorry. Sometimes they just give me the fake games. So then this game, another fake game, Brain Games. This one you could clearly tell the Game Boy Advance is different, right? We'll just do a quick comparison. There's the fake Game Boy Advance logo. Here's the real Game Boy Advance logo. Clearly different. That's the best way to tell. And we'll just try to go through these games here, so it'll be a little bit over 20 minutes then, right? Fake game, fake Star Wars, Lego Star Wars 2. Avatar, fake Avatar, not real. Harvest Moon. So this one's pretty cool. Maybe we could play it sometime. It is a fake version of Harvest Moon. But I mean, the fake version shouldn't be any different than the regular version, so there's absolutely no difference. So we could actually play all of these games and they'll play exactly the same as the normal game. So that's all cool. So we could add those to our collection of fake games. So we do have some fake games. And then SimCity 2000 was also fake. We know that. People faked SimCity 2000. So all those games are faked. And then Pokemon Leaf Green, this game was also faked. You could tell Game Boy Advance looks completely different. So now we have our whole collection of Pokemon games. I think we just tried to keep one copy of all the Pokemon games, and then I think someone took some of the Pokemon games, so they got some fake Pokemon games. That's alright. And then this little Game Boy thing, we have no idea. Maybe there's a battery pack. State I'll buy your 2014 Mini Classic Nintendo. All rights reserved. Donkey Kong. Oh, we're not even looking at the thing. Donkey Kong Jr. 2014. You can't read it on the camera, but apparently it's a Donkey Kong Jr. Mini Classic 2014 Nintendo. So it actually looks like a proper Nintendo license logo. So maybe that is an actual real Game Boy thing. And then here we go, the fake Game Boy Advance. That's the worst Game Boy Advance logo we have ever seen. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance text isn't even proper at all. It looks like they just imprinted it onto it. It's not even. Looks like the case was melted a little bit, and then the back is obviously off. So Game Boy Advance 99 and 1. So this game does actually work. We were playing it for a little bit. It does have all these Game Boy Advance games on it, and you can actually play them. So that's a good one to have in the collection. Okay, yes, because here's the label for these games. So, oh wow. Okay, so that's interesting then. So these games are indeed fake. We'll have to double check or something, because that should be the label for that one. Mario and Luigi Sega. That is not the proper label for that game. And then maybe the other label is still in here somewhere. Well, we'll just try to take some things out to clear some space. So the Tailspin for Capcom. So it was that price because there wasn't barely any on eBay. And then we checked 6 months later, and then there was a whole bunch more on eBay. So I think it was down to like $20 or something. But Tailspin by Capcom for the original Game Boy. So we'll keep that. That's a real game. And then, yeah, this one you could definitely tell it's fake. So Game Boy Advance, the logo is imprinted like the other one. 2001. So maybe that is the Luigi, or is that the other 301 or something? Because we had 2 different 99 in games. And then we just got some piece of some envelope. And just my cool thing at the store. So that phone number doesn't work anymore. And then that address, it doesn't matter. Yes. So here, keep your game on. Owner Tyrell, 210 McLeod Avenue, Spruce Grove, AB T7X 2K5. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we went on a 1-hour break all the time. We just couldn't stay there for the full 8 hours there without leaving somewhere, and we never had anyone to help us. And that email doesn't really work anymore, and then the cell number, we don't have that phone number anymore. So we buy, trade, sell anything video game related. So we made this card by ourselves. We put a whole bunch of characters on it, and then, yeah, the bag was empty. So we actually made some laminated versions, one of these, so they look better. So we'll keep that in the personal collection, then we'll add it to the collection. There's just a bunch of batteries here. And then some more better PSP games, I guess. Dungeons and Dragons Tactics for the PSP. And then we had the ADS Eclipse Generation Chaos by NIS America. Alright, so this is going to be a super sick game, so we actually have to play this one. I think we have a PSP. Hopefully we have a PSP. Well, how are we going to record the thing? We're just going to have to emulate it. We own the game. We own the PSP. We just need a way to record it. We can't record it with the phone or anything. We have to... So we can maybe try this out, because NIS America games are the best games. And then Final Fantasy Crisis Core. So we have the other thing that has a little bit of tape on it. But we have the Crisis Core, the loose copy, right? We have the complete copy over here. Then I think we also have a sealed copy of Crisis Core. So we should try to hurry up. Well, maybe the episode's gonna be like 30 minutes or something. So we got the Godfather of the game for the PSP. Mob Wars. And this one is by UFO Warriors of the Lost Empire for the PSP. So we got some loose PSP games in here. We got the Dungeon Maker Hunting Ground by Xseed Games. That's also probably a super high tier game. Probably get to make your own game. So Xseed and Miss America, those are two top tier companies. And the Dungeon Siege, Throne of Agonies. This would go with the other Dungeon Siege game. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons Tactics. I'm sure Dungeons and Dragons Tactics is a good game. Tactics games are always good. I guess there's just some pens, just some batteries. Here we go. Here's another game. Def Jam Fight for New York Takeover for the PSP. Def Jam Interactive. So it's super expensive on the PS2, it's super expensive on the Xbox, and it's probably super expensive on the PSP. And then there's just a PSP battery. Yeah, we got a PSP battery, so we could probably save that if we have a PSP somewhere. And then a little charger, so we could probably keep most of these things. Yeah, there wasn't really too much to sell here. And then we have that pile of games there. We didn't look through them yet. So, King of Fighters R2. Yeah, King of Fighters R2 Corporation, 1999, made in Japan. Pocket Fighting Series, $2. So it's for SNK, made in Japan. I'm not sure which system it was for exactly. SNK Neo Geo. Oh, that's right. Okay, so this is a Neo Geo game. So we have one Neo Geo game, King of Fighters 2 R2. And there's just nothing else in here. It's just one. Oh, here we go. Game Boy Advance game. So it's a fake game, 66 in 1. So there's the other 66 in 1 game. So I'm not sure about that one. Then it's got a 1 gigabyte Lexar SD drive. So I'm not sure what's on it. Maybe we could look on the hard drive and see what's in the memory. We've got a micro SD adapter, so actually we maybe need that thing. And then here's just a cable to hook up. I believe this is for hopefully it's for the Sega Saturn, or it's for Sega Genesis, one of the two. Maybe it's a Sega Saturn. Hopefully it's a Sega Saturn. Then we've got one Xbox battery pack. Yeah, there's one battery in there. Well, there's more batteries in there too. And then we just got some Wii cable thing. Then we got a Wii back piece for the controller. So if you run out of back pieces, it is official Nintendo one, not one of the third-party ones, so it is real. Then we got another Wii back piece, well, a door piece, I should say. So we'll keep those if we don't need these door pieces. If we have extra ones, then we won't use them for anything. I think we do. This would be a stand for a toy. It'd be like a Super Saiyan or something like that. And then a ink cartridge for making no, it's for making labels, so maybe we could make labels or something. And then a Nintendo 64 expansion controller pack, NUSW or NUS 004, patent pending, original actual Nintendo 64 memory pack. And then what is this? 2 gigabytes, so you can barely see it. Micro SD 2 gigabytes memory stick. That's barely bigger than the UMD on the actual PSP game, so it's really small. And there's just a box with a Go something. I don't know what this is. We'll open it up. It's just a little box. Little container. I always kept it because I never knew what this was. I never could figure it out. So maybe we don't actually need this. If I don't know what it is, nobody else knows. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what it is, right? Because it goes to the USB. And then whatever this connector is, something would screw into there. Not 100% sure. Go. It says Go on it. That's all that I know. It just says Go. No idea. What is this thing? Nobody knows. Probably garbage. Maybe it's not. And then there's just a couple batteries and then another Wii back piece here. And then a card holder, plastic card protection. And then there's a one leaf in here, or a feather. So I don't know why there's a feather in here, but we found that. And then the bottom piece to a DS Lite system. So if we find a DS Lite system without a bottom piece, we could probably use that. And then we found one pen. So we got a one pen as well. And then we also, here's the batteries. So we got a 1 battery. Then we got 2 batteries. Then we got 3 batteries. And then we got 4 batteries. And then we got some back pieces from the Wii. And then we got this piece here. And then we got the Nintendo Wii stick thing here. Perfect. So there's what we go. There's what we cleaned up today. Oh, here we go. We just found the thing that was underneath this piece here. Found another label for 99 and 1. So that'd be the 99 and 1 then. Still not sure about those two games or the labels. The other label in here. Huh, not sure. So we're missing the labels for those games. And then these are just little sticky things. And then just a little metal bar thing. I don't think we need this metal bar for anything. What is it? Garbage. We can't be hoarding everything. So what do you need here? The batteries. We could check to see if the batteries are good. I guess the feather. We don't need the feather. So we'll just do some last minute cleaning up and see what we did in this episode here. So just organizing and cleaning everything and figuring out what we have gotten over the years from the store. There was something over there. Oh, and in these games here, we have no idea what system they're for. Super Famicom, I believe. So it had those super silly labels on it, right? It said, do not burn this cartridge. Do not smash this cartridge. Do not put this cartridge in water. Do not feed this to the alligators. So pretty crazy labeling on these Japanese games. Famicom games. We have 4 of them, right? IF01. So it actually shows a picture. So it looks like a car racing game. Oh, it doesn't have the warning labels. Zippy Race. Irene. Then got 01. So it still has the same warning labels on it. Final Lap. Pac-Man. Namcot. Perfect. 1987 to 1988. Oh, 1988 is when these come from. It has the year on that one in English for some reason. Yeah, 1983, 1985. So these games are pretty old then. So here's what we got here. Most of this stuff we could keep actually. I don't know if we're going to get rid of it. So we did find those things we could try to sell or throw away most of the bags we don't need. And we just got a couple things in the garbage bin and then a couple things we're keeping. And then all these things we're keeping. Then we got the Donkey Kong Country 2, the Crash Bandicoot, the King of Hearts 2, and then Mario Kart, and then the car. That was everything. What are we going to find next episode? Nobody knows.